Is your business slowly destroying or eating up your love life and your relationships? Well, today we're going to talk about how to fix that and how to have the perfect balance between business and love. As always, before we start, make sure you hit the bell and you subscribe to our channel. We've been growing here steadily and really producing high quality content to help you grow your business with ease and elegance every single week. And we would love to give you more and also connect with your friends and your colleagues and the people that mean so much to you. So share our content. Again, make sure you subscribe. We really appreciate it. And then leave us some comments below and give us some likes. This is a conversation and we're here to give you everything we've got. Welcome to Powerhouse Business on YouTube. I'm your host, Carolin Soldo. I'm a business owner, business scaling master, and mom of 2 boys. I love thinking big, pushing boundaries, and doing things differently. Most of all, I'm all about achieving massive growth with ease and helping you scale your business while living the life you love. Let's go. They say that we give our clients our best and our loved ones our worst side. And it's oftentimes true because, we want to be successful. We have a lot of things we want to accomplish, and many times it takes over our mind, and that's all we focus on all day long. And I totally get it. I've been there, done that. But there is a trap where eventually you'll find yourself in a relationship where your partner has been neglected for a long time. They feel like they always come last. You don't ever take time for them, and then they become resentful, and they may not want to support you as much anymore. So one of the number one complaints I hear from business women is that they don't feel supported by their partner, and it could just be that this partner has been taking the backseat for a while, and that's why they are feeling this way. But I have invited the expert in this field, the relationship and love expert, specifically for business women like us. And I have invited her to talk about how we can fix that and how we can bring back the intimacy, how we can communicate better, and how we can truly achieve the balance between business and love, because you need both, right? I always say that we need to be happy in order for our business to be meaningful. We want to celebrate our success with our partners, and we want to, experience that love and that joy and that passion. Naketa Ren Thigpen helps exhausted power couples and married women entrepreneurs reconnect with their forever love and amplify their intimacy when they find themselves sacrificing their relationships because they're so consumed with the wild success they're experiencing in business. She's become known as the #1 balance and relationship advisor in the world. She's an international best-selling author, a keynote speaker, podcast host, and CEO. And she's equipped countless high-profile women and a few brave men with the tools to recalibrate their power dynamics, redefine their romance, and close the love gap to achieve whole success. Welcome, Naketa. So Naketa, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be here as always.
Yeah. So first question, how did you get into this exciting space, helping power couples and powerful business women with their love life?
Yeah, so my background is I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a trauma specialist. So those were the roots of my life for almost 20 years before we started our personal development company. Literally, this week is 10 years ago. Awesome. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary as entrepreneurs. We're adults now.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
So that was the foundation. As I was working as a trauma specialist and psychotherapist, I saw how people's trauma was impacting every area of their life, from their finances, their quality of life in key relationships, not just their lover, not just with their spouse, but with their sisters, their friends, their business partners, their career. It was impacting everything. But what it impacted the most, which made me extremely sad, was their play in the bedroom. That bothered me as a woman with a high libido and a vivacious sex life with my husband for 26 plus years. I know how crucial it is that when you can consensually and safely have that deeper physical intimacy, it bonds you in such beautiful, unmatched ways that I just can't describe. And when someone's trauma is impeding on that, it really does limit you from having your best life. Like, truly, there is no living out your best life, YOLO style, as the kids would say on Instagram. You really don't feel beautiful and confident. And honestly, if you're an entrepreneur, you're not selling at the highest level that you can if you're not connecting at your deepest level. So that's what kind of moved me forward.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I have experienced all this myself, where my business for years really sort of ate up all of me, right? It ate up my mind, my thoughts, my actions, and I didn't realize it back then because I thought I'm doing this for my family and for my man and for them, but I was really doing it all for myself, realizing that later, and it really took a toll on, Boris. He's a great guy. We've been together forever, really. I was 17 when I met him.
Yeah.
But you're so right. It doesn't matter how good your business really gets. If you have success without love, it's just not it. No.
It is not it. That's why we say work life and love balance. Like if you have all of those juicy components together, then we can deepen your intimacy. And if you're up for it, we can amplify it.
Totally. So the big complaint is always balance, right? And how do we balance it all? And I have so much to do and I have so many responsibilities, and my list is never ending. So what do you tell women when they come to you with this complaint?
Yeah, I always ask them if they're doing what they want to do. First and foremost, right? Because a lot of what binds us from being able to move on forward and into our next level of our 10.0 or 100.0 version of ourselves is we have a lot of hats that we wear and a lot of plates that we're spinning, but most of them don't even belong to us. Most of the things that we're doing are because of other people's expectations of what we should do and who we should be and what we should have at some point along our journey. If you're 20 versus 30 versus 40, so on and so forth. I know this isn't, news to you. I'm preaching to the choir,
sure,
but that's often why we feel out of balance, is because we're not being true to what we really want and need in our own personal lives. We're doing everything for everyone else. We're being overgivers, loyal to a fault to people who are not as loyal to us. And we're burdened by that, which throws us off and minimizes our boundaries. So I always ask them, well, what do you really want to do? And then we can kind of set the stage from there.
Yeah, that's a big question, right? What do you really want to do? Because most will probably think they want something where they really want something else. And then how do you change that? Especially if you have so many things running already, I assume your business is already, 10 years in, 20 years in. You can't just drop it and, although you could, I guess you could do anything you want to. But really, the feeling is like, I'm stuck and there's not a whole lot I can change. So that's hard.
Yeah, it is. And, honestly, it's no quick fix. I would love to tell people, my background is social work, right? Like everyone thinks social workers walk around with wands and we can tap you on the head and just change your whole life. You can't. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen for the coach part of me either. What does happen is if you're willing to do the hard work, which is look at your lack of forgiving yourself, because that's a huge part of the issues that come up for so many women and a lot of the brave men that we work with, quite honestly, is they haven't forgiven themselves for not being, doing, having, or achieving a certain thing at a certain time in their life, even if they've accomplished major things. I didn't do it by 22 when I said I was. So, my life will never be great, right? And I'm being a little cheeky here just to be playful, but it's true. Like a lot of people are walking around not just with unforgiveness of other people, but of themselves. And that weight, that burden in and of itself keeps you from really seeing what you really want, which makes it hard for you to contemplate shifting into that deeper experience of growth in the first place.
100%. Yeah, for me, and I'm not making it, it's really not about me, but just a quick story here. I've always looked towards the future and I always saw a love story. I always saw me and Boris and, traveling together. And it was always about, a well-lived life is full of love. And it's like the movies, right? But I wasn't living that way. Like, not at all, right? But it's almost like a devil on your back. And to your point, it's like this feeling of never being good enough and always needing more and not really even knowing why you always need more. And it's just like, it's not good enough. I gotta do more. And then covering it up with all the reasons why you have to keep going. And then you feel resentful. It's really, really a vicious cycle. So what do we do? This is a topic I could talk about like for hours and probably days with you, but give us some tips. Like what can we do to get back. Let's say that the relationship is really far apart, right? We don't have a connection and we're not really intimate and things have not been so good. Where do we start?
Yeah, if you're feeling a little disinterested in your love the way you used to, and you're feeling like you've kind of come into a space where you handle the business of all the things in your, the mortgage, the car, all the things, you handle the kids, you handle the pets, you take care of it, but you feel like roommates and your room love is a little stale, and you feel like having something that you have to do versus something that you want to do. The first thing you have to honestly do is get selfish. I literally teach people, especially my married women, you have to be intentionally selfish. There has to be me time before there is me time. Come into a space, whether that's a closet, little corner that you can make literally in your closet, which a lot of our clients do. They have very, very big closets, but they make spaces in their closet. Go in your closet, pop a squat on the floor, and just lay out prostrate. This is me. This is my moment. This is my time. I honor my do body scans with yourself from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and check in with you. Where are you achy? Where are you tight? Where are those knots? And ask your body to tell you what it needs. It sounds a little woo-woo for people who aren't necessarily connected to body work and somatic work that way, but trust me when I tell you, it changes your life to come into your body and get grounded in what matters most, which is you. Outside of the God that you may serve, what matters most is you. Because your lover won't be loved on if you're not here to do the loving. Your children can't be honored and taught to create legacy if you're not here to do it. So it's really like carve out that time where you stop breastfeeding the world. And I don't just mean your children, I mean everyone else, right? Like taking from you. And you might actually love giving, and people will often come and say, well, I'm a giver. This is what I do. Okay, great. Are you giving on an empty tank? Are you giving from, a cup? I don't have a glass with me right now, but if this was a glass that was empty and had fingerprints and saliva and all kinds of things on it, because I'm using it over and over and over again, trying to take every last sip instead of just cleaning it out every day, taking the time to honor the vessel, clean it out every day instead of it being yucky and goofy, and fill it back up, then I'm willing to share that a lot more energetically and without resentment than if I continue to allow everyone, my colleagues, my team, my lover, my children, my sister, to just all come suckle from me and I don't have anything else to give. It's exhausting, and you're giving from a space of resentment and regret that is not really true to who you are, but it's who you become because it's what you've allowed. So start by being selfish, even if it's only 10 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And 10 minutes is that's a short time, but we have to start somewhere, right? And I've also noticed that as a woman, I don't feel sexy. I don't feel playful. I don't have the thoughts that will get me into the mood, right? If I don't have the time. So to your point, if I work all day and I end my day at 6, and then I make dinner real quick, there literally is no time for us to even shift into our feminine, right? Because we're so a client of mine calls it the masculine and the feminine, and sort of dancing the tango with both, because we have all of those sides inside of us. But being feminine and getting into it takes time as well. So it has to be priority.
Yeah, and sometimes the priority is disrupting the pattern of busyness that we're all doing to deny being in touch with ourselves. So if we just disrupt our own behavior by stopping, like how brilliant would that be to just stop whatever you're doing right now in this moment? Pause, freeze, like you're one of those, flash mobs, and they just flash and pulls. They just stop and check in with what you need more than anything, and then start creating some transitions. Like I love to take our clients from beast mode to mama mode to lover mode, whatever the transition has to be, especially for a lot of your clients probably do launches. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of high energy. They tap very deeply into their masculine to be on target to get ready for 4th day pitching and, whatever it is that's a part of their, repertoire of their schedule for launching. That takes a lot of high energy. So when you come down and you come home, you're empty. You don't have any. And in fact, you're moody to the very people that you're doing all this launching for. So we add in transitions, like depending on, most people are working from home technically right now. So if you're upstairs in your office doing a launch, take a pee break. Let your pee break, your bio break, whatever you want to call it, be part of your transition to check in with whoever is in your home just for a few seconds. You know what? Let me go give you a kiss. I got to go back upstairs, but let me just have this moment of pause, this permission to pause, to just let you know that I'm here for you, but I got to go back up into beast mode. And you can do that same transition at the end of your day, around your bladder, or around your cup of tea, whatever it is, but have something that anchors you to transition out of beast mode into the next mode that you want to really fully go into.
Yeah. Well, it's so powerful, and it comes down to being aware of it, right? Yeah. Not feeling like you're a victim because, the burden is on you and all for me and I have to do it all. First of all, you choose to do it all. We choose. And then we also have the power to, like you say, shift from one mold to the next, which is a really great visual. I really love that. And that brings up one other point. We sometimes we feel like if we do that, then we sacrifice the success we could have, and we will earn less and we will be less and all of that. But you say that a happy couple can have a bigger impact on the world, right? So
absolutely. Oh my goodness, you're making me want to jump around and shake my maracas right now. Yes. Think about it. When you have just had an amazing intimate moment, preferably with orgasm, but not necessarily. You just had an amazing intimate moment with your forever lover, your spouse, and 6 hours later, you're rising for your day. Your clarity and your mind is like nothing else. Your energy, your cortisol levels are low, your oxytocin is high, you're getting all these spiritual downloads that are answering questions that you had 2 weeks ago that you couldn't figure out to save your life. You're going to show up for your team differently. You're going to show up for your clients fully. And more than anything, you're going to show up for you more powerfully. So, of course, you can make a deeper impact and create ripples of transformation in every area, because you're not carrying around this burden of imposter syndrome that often comes when we feel like we're living duplicate and triplicate lives. Like, right? Like amazing portfolio on one hand and lots of clients and all the trappings and all the things, but you're sitting in the driveway of your car for 45 minutes because you don't want to go in the house. Right? It's true. That doesn't feel whole success to me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and with all the, the trend going towards the personal brands, and no matter what niche you're in, it's always about, you as a founder, you're the face, and people don't just look at your business, they do look at your life and, your values and your beliefs. And you're right, if that's not aligned, whether people can see it or not, it will come through one way or another in your energy and how you show up and all of that. Yeah. So that's the number one reason. Right there, there's no excuse not to do it. We all want it, and now we know, how to shift into it and be more aware. That's just so awesome. Naketa, tell us a little bit more about what you do for clients. I'm really curious in terms of how you help us and the things that are happening in your business. So share that with us, please.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm going to mess with the men a little bit for a second. So our power couples come in all shapes and sizes, right? Like whoever is your love is who you love. But often our couples are heterosexual couples. And those brave men, when they are brave enough to say, like, hey, I need a little bit of assistance here, and not just, hey, Naketa, help me fix her. Like, we're not going to fix your life, right? Just like we're not going to fix you, but we want to guide and coach you to have tools to be able to deepen the connection together. When the power couples come together, often the men are so much more open in our individual sessions. They jump into the guided meditation. They're doing the garden walkthroughs of their abundance gardens with us. Like, they're into it. The women, who are usually more overstretched, are often a little bit more resistant to getting deeper into their inner child healing work, see what's going on, because they already feel like, why is all the healing on me? Why do I have to be the one to be fixed for him to get it together, right? Like, they're kind of personalizing it in a different way. So a lot of the work I'm helping to clarify my role with them, facilitating and co-creating this sacred space for them to be vulnerable and powerful and not to be shamed during their healing process.
Really important, and I believe this 100%, but so it's not about little tricks and tips. Those are fun too, right? put this on, try this out, all of that. But that probably comes later. It's about healing work, right?
Yeah.
You said that in the beginning. It's trauma that we are releasing, and we've been doing this for years. It's probably so deep in there. We have to really, look and get it out and fight it off. And I can tell you, to me, it's been a little bit like a drug. And when something triggers me, it kind of comes back. If you know what I mean, like the old ways.
Yeah.
So it's about healing each other, and it's good when the guy plays along.
Yeah, and we do. Like we won't let them, even though we work with the women by themselves as well, right? Because a lot of women are like, screw him, I'm trying to get myself together. Like let me fix me, and he'll eventually come along, which is true. Because typically our men who love us will follow when they see our actions of blossoming in our own growth journey. They will want some of that, and they will come along. But when the women want to work with their spouses and come together, both of you have to be ready. Because if he feels like he's being dragged along and you're making him do this because it's this or else it's not going to be real. It's not going to be authentic. And if anything, it might turn into some conscious uncoupling. If willing and ready to come to the table strong.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think they go in and out of phases. I mean, Boris has been in phases where, a couple of years ago, he really was so on the other side, like, I had enough, I'm done with this, just do your thing and I do my thing, and we're sort of like, together but not. And then he had phases where he really wanted to step in and figure things out and really help, so they swing in and out of it, which is probably normal, right?
It's very normal. That phase when they're swinging in, the mom, right? Like that's where I can be the most support. When they're swinging out, they're really running from something. And when you're running from something, you're not going to slow down for a stranger. Even a stranger with as many degrees and certifications as I have, with as much, street cred as I have with helping, support power couples, they're not going to stop until they hit their own pothole. And words that our parents taught us, like when you hit rock bottom, that's when you'll wake up. Like they need to kind of hit their rock bottom. So your husband had to hit his own version of rock bottom to say, wait a minute, it is not sweeter without my boo. Let me come over to her. And my husband did the same thing. We've been friends since 13, together since 17 years old. We're grandparents now. And there was a lot of growing up together. There was a lot of learning. There was a lot of nonsense that we had to go through. And there were definitely moments where I looked at him like, fool, do you know what you're about to do? And vice versa. He looked at me the same way. And as we decided to be in this thing together, not needing each other, but wanting each other, that shifted everything. We agreed. We don't need each other to be dope, amazing, beautiful beings. We're that alone. That's how we were created. But we do want to be together to make each other better. And once we kind of digested that truth for ourselves, it shifted our whole entire marriage.
Powerful. So let's do a little bit of recapping. And then I know you have some trainings and things that we want to get our hands on, but immediate action we set was, want to remember taking the space. We talked about the closet, taking 10 minutes and really feeling the body, right?
Yeah.
And you can add more, but also remember shifting from one state or one mood into the other, be with full awareness and doing that intentionally. So sort of pivoting in and out and playing with that.
Yeah, beast mode to lover mode, or beast mode to mama mode, whatever's your thing.
Perfect. Yeah, that's okay. Awesome visual. Making a priority, like really wanting it, right? That's sort of like number one. That has to happen right away. And then I guess for me, I would say working with someone like you, it seems that doing it alone, it's hard. If not, I wouldn't want to say impossible, but you need someone who really gets it, and especially at that deeper level of really figuring out like why we're this way to begin with, to really, unravel all of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't remember who said the quote. It wasn't me, I promise. I am very brilliant, but I did not make this up. What is it? Something like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go further, go with someone else. And I think that that's true for anyone who's in the helping space, including you. Like, there's so many women that could use your services, and they've been struggling on their own, going in loops, doing all the self-paced courses, reading all the guru books, like doing, which it's helpful, right? It helps you get another perspective, but it doesn't guide you in the same way that having a guide who's already been there, who's already been through it, who's helped thousands of other people go through it successfully, and even failed in their own way along the way. So they are empathetic to when you get stumbled along the way, and they're not judging you. It makes all the difference in the world to have someone who's, my godmom says, been there, bought a t-shirt and a ball cap to that race, right? Like they've done it, and to know that you're not alone in it, and you're not judged in the process. Because a lot of ambitious women like you and I, we do not want to be vulnerable with people who are just looking for a place to poke holes. Like, oh, I thought you were so amazing. Thanks for telling me that vulnerable truth about yourself. Now I know that you're not, all these things. I'm human. I'm flawed. I'm dope. And I'm flawed. At the same time. And you want other people to see the same.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. It's the safety, right? And really connecting with the coach. And you've got incredible energy. This is the first time we're meeting, but I already love everything about you. So
thank you.
So awesome. So Naketa, where else can we learn more about you or from you? On your website, what resources can you offer us, or where would you like us to go next?
Yeah. I mean, how much time do you have now?
We need to make time for it.
Right. The best place for people to go is just go straight to our website. You can kind of get windows into the other world for us at bigpro.com. I'm sure the spelling of it will be below in the notes. If you're on Facebook or willing to come on Facebook to get access to a lot of the free training and the weekly Intimacy Advantage TV show I do, that's inside the Certified Selfish Facebook group, which is private but free, and that's where we do all the good juicy stuff. So those would be the two places I would say go. If you're still a reader like I am, we do have a book. It's my memoir and personal transformation story. It's literally 209 pages of my entire life in my book called Selfish: Permission to Pause, Live, Love, and Laugh Your Way to Joy.
Beautiful. Love that. We'll put all the links below in the notes, in the description. So go join the group, check out the website, the resources and everything, and get the book too. Like, you got to be a reader to grow and learn. So yeah, I love all of it. Naketa, I want to respect your time. Like I said, I could talk to you for hours. There are so many great topics, but you're doing amazing work. So I'm so grateful that you were here today. Thank you so much.
I appreciate and honor you. Thank you for this platform.
As always, go down below in the comments and leave us your thoughts. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you find it helpful? And most importantly, what are you going to do right now to take action and build a more powerful, longer lasting, stronger, and more passionate relationship in your life? I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this episode, make sure you give us a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share it with your special friends. We are putting so much power and effort into every single episode we produce for you, and we want to see this channel grow. So give us a like, share it out there on social media, and let's help more people have powerful, loving relationships. Now stay focused on your goals, including your business and also your love relationship. Balance them beautifully. Enjoy every single bit of your whole entire life. It's a journey, it's a joyride, right? So let's make the best of it. Thank you so much for being here today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Would you like to copy the simple optimization system that got my business on the Inc. 5000 list of America's most successful companies? Then sign up for our on-demand training, where I'll teach you the 3 simple steps to grow your business faster and farther than you ever thought possible. Go to scalemybusinessfast.com to watch it right now.